Hiawatha Bray here with yet another tablet computer. This one's the latest from Samsung. It's called the Galaxy Tab 10.1. And when you consider the massive lead that Apple has built up with its iPad, you wonder, why do these guys keep trying? And then you get your hands on this thing and you understand why. I wouldn't say they've quite caught up to the iPad, but Samsung's starting to get really close. This thing is light, it's thin, it's got excellent cameras, very strong performance, and this particular model has something that Apple can't touch: 4G wireless access. Did I mention this thing was thin and light? It's actually a little bit lighter than the iPad 2. And speaking of the iPad 2, I had a real problem with the cameras on board that tablet. They're just not very high quality. Samsung's done a lot better. They've got a 3-megapixel camera on the back of the Samsung Galaxy Tab and a 2-megapixel camera in the front for doing video calling. The entry-level version of the Galaxy Tab is available just with Wi-Fi, but Verizon Wireless is selling a more expensive edition that has built-in 4G access, not 3G like you'd get with the iPad. 4G from Verizon, which is sometimes up to 10 times faster. It's really quite amazing. I can get internet download speeds through this tablet that are comparable to what I get at home on my cable modem service. That means I can actually sit here and watch movies and TV shows on this tablet without a Wi-Fi connection and get really high fidelity. There's a downside though. Verizon Wireless has fairly steep rates for its 4G service. Just 2 gigabytes worth of downloads will cost you $30 a month. And with speeds like these, you're going to want to download a lot more than 2 gigabytes. So you're going to have to keep watching the meter when it comes to using your wireless access. The other problem with an Android tablet, of course, is that it's not an Apple tablet. That means it doesn't have access to the hundreds of thousands of apps that have already been developed. It doesn't have access to that huge infrastructure of accessories and support devices that you can find for the iPad. You just won't have as many toys to play with if you go with this particular device. But the device itself is a pretty impressive toy. The price on the Galaxy Tab is, I think, within reason. The version that just has Wi-Fi on it sells for $499, which is what you'd pay for a similarly equipped iPad. Now, if you go with the 4G version sold by Verizon, you have to pay $529 for a version with 16 gigs of memory, or $629 for a version with 32 gigs of memory. Again, that's not too far off what you'd pay for a 3G version of the iPad. And of course, you're not getting 3G, you're getting 4G. And so you're getting dramatically faster speed. All in all, this is a pretty good deal if you want that extra speed. And as for the quality of the tablet itself, well, let's put it this way. Apple recently sued to have the sale of this product blocked in Europe. That gives you some idea that they understand just how close the competition is starting to get. From the Tech Lab, this is Hiawatha Bray.